Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me over.
Thank you for taking out the time. How's everything at your end? How's COVID? The weather today has been pretty
Yeah,
shaky.
yeah. COVID. The funny thing is, with COVID, this sense of paranoia. Even normal flus, one thinks you've gotten COVID, and I just had this seasonal thing, day or two
Oh,
ago, and I thought, okay, here we go. So I was in isolation, got myself tested, and I've come out negative today. So it's just a seasonal thing. So yeah, so far so good. I haven't officially gotten COVID as yet.
yeah, I know. I've been there. I've been through the seasonal flu, I think, twice ever since COVID started. And I think the paranoia makes it worse. It makes you sicker.
Yeah, it's
So,
and
okay.
they say that this is not good for the immune system. You need to have the normal flus. So,
Yeah,
uh,
exactly. So, Gerard, firstly, I would really like if you could introduce yourself for the audience. I think you'd be able to do that better than me, of course.
yeah, sure. So, uh, I'll start off with I'm Lahore, born and bred. Well, not born, but bred. Uh, did my schooling here, and then went for undergrad to University of Michigan Ann Arbor. Then came back. I was in Lahore. I was doing some, work on my own, but then became part of a boutique advisory firm. So I was doing business development consultancy, some financial consultancy, and the 24/7 journey was an interesting one. How that came about, it was like purely by accident. Um, Basically, my family owned some land very, very close to Lahore, right? And because of this new road, it became very accessible, less than an hour's drive. So I was there one weekend and I thought, we should do something more productive here. It's accessible. I'm fairly young, so I can manage this as a side project on the weekend. So I did some research and came up with the idea of putting up a tunnel farm for off-season vegetables and fruits. And tunnel farm, for I mean, just for the viewers' sake, it's like a low-tech, low capital cost greenhouse. So mimics the greenhouse, but it's much much more low-tech and very the cost is much less. Uh, and that experiment went very very well. We had yields
Yeah.
5 times normal. We were growing tomatoes and bhindi and karelas and all of these really good vegetables, and we were growing them in the off season. And I thought, economics में हमने पढ़ा था demand and supply sets the price. And 100 रुपए किलो टमाटर बिक रहे थे मेन मार्केट गुलबर्ग में, एंड मैं टमाटर लेके जाता हूँ मंडी में, एंड मुझे 5 to 7 rupees a kilo मिल रहे
Wow.
हैं. So, and there's no premium for obviously being in the off season. And then जो सबसे worst चीज मुझे लगी वो ये थी कि there was no premium for me bringing in A grade produce. So it didn't really matter if my produce was A grade or D grade, the rate was the same. So just a very ridiculous experience, painful experience. And long story short, decided to create an alternate marketing channel where we could bypass the mandi and not only help myself, but other farmers and many, many consumers, because I
Yes.
thought there was no reason for them to be paying 100 rupees a kilo. So that's how the journey of 24/7 started a few years back, very, very by accident.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. That's an interest. In fact, that's what I was gonna ask you. How did you actually start 24/7, which you pretty much told me now. But I'd really like to know what your journey was like, the challenges you faced, or maybe the benefits you had initially when you started.
So I think I don't know benefits and yeah, drawbacks, but I'll put it this way: differences क्या होंगे right now and then. So we at that time I had to do everything on my own. We had to bootstrap.
Of course.
I had to come up with the idea. I got some friends together, uh, and then we set up this project where we created these small outlets around town in Lahore. where we would bring stuff from our farm and we would bring stuff from other farms. And then obviously you can't just sell 4 or 5 vegetables or fruits in a shop.
Yes.
So we then also got into going to the mandi and understanding the mandi not only from the farmer side, which we had already experienced, but from the other side of the chain as a retailer, and really got into the mandi, how it works, what are the intermediaries, what are the problems, inefficiencies that we thought were there. And then over time, we had customers coming up to us and saying, "Ki ji, you have these nice shops for vegetables and fruits, but it would be so much lovely if you would put in milk, bread, eggs, and other things, dalein vagara. So it's more convenient for us. We can just come to you and not have to go to multiple shops." So then that's where the idea of, okay, let's add groceries to this. So the concept was to have that neighborhood grocery store. So now you see Al Fatah Locals and all of these. They're much bigger, but the concept was for us the same. And we were like kind of the pioneers back in the day. They have these small shops in neighborhoods where people could come in and get their vegetables, fruits, milk, eggs, all of these things. So like a 7-Eleven for the neighborhood. And then we just kind of evolved and got into e-commerce. Again, not like, oh, this is the idea, let's do something like this. So what? It was just an evolutionary path. It was happening. We were experimenting. We were looking how to improve business, how to scale up distribution. Because at the end of the day, the whole thing had started from creating distribution. This channel where you're bypassing the mandi, making it more efficient. So then we got into e-commerce, and we were one of the pioneers in Lahore for sure. There were a couple of online grocers in Karachi before us, so I'll admit that. But in Lahore, we were the first ones. So this is 2016.
Yes.
And so the main difference was that we didn't have angel funding. We didn't have VC funding. There was no scene of that back then. And everything we learned on the job. And, all these metrics and all the e-com, everything about e-com. I mean, I was not a technologist. I was not a computer scientist, and so I've learned this, literally by getting my hands dirty. I didn't work in a startup in America or Dubai. When we started doing this, Kareem was like 4 months old, right? But they were 4 months old, but they had like $10 million in funding. So that was the difference. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a very different experience. It's something that we would never trade it for anything, because it really made us, it trained us in a very different way. It made us look at things in a very different manner. And because you had to bootstrap it. So, I would hope that it makes us value certain things more. So it's just a different thing. I mean, I wish that we had the VCs thing back then as well. I think the same opportunities were there. 3G, 4G had started coming in. Population was as big. I mean, not as big, but very big. We were still the 5th or 6th largest population then. So the opportunities were there, but unfortunately, that ecosystem had to, get created. And now it's kicking and alive and kicking and growing, mashallah. So we're very, very excited to, be part of this whole momentum that's going on.
Yeah, I think initially we all have like a fair share of doubts, and mostly people, I mean, even if you believe in your business, I think everybody is just ready to, bring you down and tell you it's not going to work out until it actually does. So I've seen, there are many businesses out there which are, involved in deliveries and, riders. But your business is obviously not just the management of riders, it's also managing the supply and demand. It's also managing the inventory. How have you been able to maintain a streamlined workflow?
Yeah. So just before I address this, I think what, the comment you started off with is something very important. So that's another thing that's different in our case. When we were doing this, there was no startup buzz.
Yeah.
So we had family members and friends looking at us and saying, "What the hell are you guys doing? Like, go work for a bank, or what are you doing? You're wasting time, you're wasting money. What is this?" right?
Yeah.
So it would be very hard for us to explain what we were trying to do, and we present the vision, and everyone be like, "But you'll need so much. I mean, it's going to take so much time and money, and what are you doing? You're wasting time." And now, obviously, startups, which is great. I mean, that's one of the biggest and most positive differences, that entrepreneurship is becoming cool, or risk taking is becoming cool. Uh, Obviously, there will be some mistakes and mishaps and failures, but failures should not be looked down upon by society as it has. Failures are very important for growth and change. So that's a major change.
Yeah.
Regarding operations, I mean, again, that's something. It's been quite the evolution. When we were a smaller outfit relatively, so we had challenges then. So you would have challenges then, which would be more from a customer perspective, because we couldn't really like have that big delivery fleet, because we didn't have the investment or the runway, so to speak, the money in the bank to support a larger workforce. So then we had to strike a balance between customer experience and what we could afford. So those were those challenges. So we were a smaller outfit, but we couldn't afford to like give such a bad experience to the user that we won't grow. So that was the balance we had to keep, and that was how we dealt with. And then post COVID, or once the lockdowns happened, things scaled up immediately overnight.
Yeah.
And I remember in March, to be precise, March 26, 2020, we were backed up, and we had a waiting list of 15 days. Uh,
Wow.
and we were one of the very few ones actually who had an online grocery thing going. It was us, Grocer app, maybe a couple of other people, shops, or Alpata or these guys, Metro. And I remember, and people were okay with that because COVID and panic buying and everything, but there was nothing, there's no shop open, and we scaled up, and in those times when everything was shut down and there was a lot of paranoia, we were one of the few businesses that had to be open. We were on the front line, so to speak. We were going out every day, and we were meeting people, and this whole paranoia of COVID and, oh my God, what's happening, and we recruited, and I'm very happy. I mean, in a way that there were many people who were like daily wages, like rickshaw drivers or delivery van people, who went jobless overnight because school shut down and other things. So we were able to onboard a lot of these resources to
Yes.
augment our huge spike in demand. So that's how, and then evolutionary tech stack coming up now. Now the operation is fairly straightforward. Technology is fairly well established. We've got our riders have their software, uh, back office has their software, and all of that is interlinked.
Yeah, I think COVID really made the grocery industry go up. I remember back when it started, people were literally, stuffing things in their trolleys. So that helped you guys. And I also remember there was somebody who had a gym, and because he had to close down the gym, they opened up a grocery store in the gym so they could, at least earn some money.
Yeah,
So it
no,
did.
no, absolutely.
There was, I'm
Grocery was
sure, a
one of the
spike in the
few.
sale.
Yeah, grocery, because grocery and bakeries were, so in the lockdown notices, you would see grocery, bakeries, and inki delivery services जो हैं उनको इजाजत है.
Yes,
Everything else was closed. All
everything else was
offices,
closed.
all business.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, but you think I would say कि not just grocery. आप देखें पिछले 18 महीनों में the digital adoption देखें आप, e-commerce
Hmm.
कितनी हुई है, लोगों ने कितना
Yes.
discover किया है. I mean, almost every household was forced to shop online for clothes even. ऐसी local businesses खुल गई हैं जो I would never have imagined. You have these guys in Faisalabad, ELO, export leftovers. Amazing. The amount of clothes, locally produced clothes जो export हो रही थी या थोड़ी export quality थोड़ी कम है. You
Yes.
find them online, and in 3 days they're with you. And I think a lot of clothing retail was just badly suffering from COVID, वो ऑनलाइन में
Hmm.
उसको बहुत बड़ी जंप दी है. So across the board, I mean, it's been fascinating to see, and you see now studies coming out from Google and all these other players, okay, how much e-commerce has grown in the last 1 year,
Yeah.
and State Bank also coming. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's also brought a certain amount of, lethargicness to us, because now that everything is open, we still prefer shopping. I mean, I don't want to go out and shop until and unless it's something I actually have to see in person, or, try and try on and then buy. Otherwise, we're all just shopping online now, although
No,
everything
no,
is pretty
I'm
much
with you.
open. So,
I'm with you. But this is also something interesting. In grocery, what we saw was that around May or June, uh, people started going back to the big supermarkets and shopping outside groceries के लिए. Because grocery is still, people find that an experience. वो Capco जाना या Green Valley जाना, they सब्जी को हाथ लगाना. There are some inbuilt habits built in, and online can be a little cumbersome as well for people, especially for certain age group. थोड़े से जो बड़ी उम्र के लोग हैं, उनको शॉपिंग ऑनलाइन करना, खासतौर ग्रोसरीज के लिए, which would mean a bigger basket. Abhi, like lots of players, including ourselves, are working on improving user experience and making it more seamless and more easier. But for many, it's just still easier कि वो गाड़ी में बैठे हैं और चले जाएं अल्फता या ABC.
yeah.
And obviously COVID की वो, especially vaccines के बाद भी अब वो थोड़ी सी इक़दार लोगों को कम है, and fatigue भी होगी है COVID की. But for certain things, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't want to go and buy. I mean, my own experience with clothing, for instance, I'm very happy ordering online, or a lot of these things. I'm very happy ordering food, and getting food
Yeah.
ganda or cheaper.
Some people really, yeah, you're right. They do want to go and have a look at what they're buying, but then again, I think there's people like us also. I mean, if we're working from home, we don't want to change and get out of our pajamas and get out just to get grocery. So
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it
it's
is a benefit for the audience.
And that's why we've grown. That's why we've grown. I mean, as an online grocery platform, we've grown exponentially.
Yeah.
And the market is so big, and that's where this population comes. It's so big that online grocery will grow, Alpata will grow, Karyana will grow, everyone
Yeah.
will grow.
Yes.
So, that's how we look at it.
Yeah. Okay, so since us at Convo, we're all about better communication and better collaboration among the team internally. Do you have any plans of expanding the business into different cities? And what steps do you think you will be taking in order to have a more well communicated team internally?
So yes, we are actually expanding. We looking at different options right now. So hopefully in the next few weeks, we should have some good news on this front. In terms of communication, as you know, there are many tools out there, and especially post-COVID, one had to adapt, and so for us internally, we've been using Microsoft Teams for our communications mostly. There's some WhatsApp in it as well. But a lot of our work is still also very office or physical presence based as well, especially our operations, because we
Yes.
can't deliver stuff and fulfill orders remotely.
Of course, yeah.
But even then, I mean, there's this whole thing that's opened up in terms of communications, and this is something we're constantly trying to improve and make it more seamless and more basically use it as a multiplier technology and internal cohesion and communication, because usually in an office setting, people won't really discuss matters after hours, right? And even within an office, there'd be silos. So we're trying to use these tools to break down silos and really open up communication and create a very healthy communication environment, which is not just top down, but bottoms up as well.
Yeah. All right. So, do you think that, even with all of these new businesses emerging, people in Pakistan still lack the, right amount of technical knowledge or the ability to adapt and accept new things as businesses?
So people, as in, how would by people you mean the customers or the
Sorry?
workforce? So by people, how would I just wanted to clarify? By people you mean the customers and the consumers?
Yes, the customers. The overall, I think, we're not as an entire nation. Do you believe that we're not very welcoming towards new ideas and also towards new technology? Because I still do see, let's say, my mother even, struggling with a few things and then just being like, "Acha, theek hai, maine nahi karna."
Yeah, I think that's not just peculiar to Pakistan, frankly. There has been an adoption curve. I would say that East Asia has been
Yes.
probably the best at adoption. South Korea being number one, Japan and South Korea. So I guess that's an interesting thing to actually study, why those cultures would have been so adaptive and so quick to embrace the latest technologies. Now China is doing that, but you look at the
Hmm.
US, and US, a lot of things. Obviously, Silicon Valley is in the US, right? So that's like the hub of innovation. But in many ways, there are many things, especially in e-commerce, where East Asia had far, far exceeded the US. I'm talking pre-COVID. Post-COVID, things have changed. Digital payments happened in China and Southeast Asia. America was still on credit card and ATM machines. We have all these QR codes and things. So Pakistan, we have to understand at the end of the day, we are a developing country. We are a lower income country. We are a little behind the curve. 3G, 4G was introduced a bit late
Yeah.
by at least 2 to 3 years, purely because of silly reasons.
Hmm.
I think the government was looking for higher license fees or what. So it was a short-sighted decision. Uh, you wanted a higher royalty fee or a license fee, and you really missed out on this multiplier effect of really supercharging the
Yes.
technology sector. And the government would have gotten so many more revenue. But anyway, the story is that we're a bit further behind um, in the technology space. The good thing for us is our demographics. We are a very young country. We have an average age of 22.
Hmm.
We have 100 million smartphone users.
Yeah.
We're adding 1 million a month, if I'm not mistaken, and we have manufacturing happening. तो मैं कहने का मेरा मतलब है कि जो यंग जनरेशन है वो इंक्रीजिंगली बहुत ज्यादा और इंक्रीजिंगली टेक savvy है. So they
Yes.
are used to mobile phones. They are used to TikTok. They used to. So I'll tell you, I'm not on TikTok. I have no idea how it operates.
Yeah.
But most of Pakistan knows that, right?
Yeah.
So WhatsApp और Facebook तो बहुत पुरानी चीज है ना.
In the new generation, I think a 2-3-year-old knows how to operate a smartphone.
Yes, absolutely. iPads and smartphones and YouTubes and so so what I feel is that it's a generational thing also. So for the slightly older so let me put it this way. For the 50 plus, mostly, the adoption is a bit slower.
Yes.
It's happening, but it's slower. But for the under 30s, it's been very, very fast. But unke paas purchasing power nahi, right? So that's the conundrum and transition that we're going through. But things are happening. COVID helped. Like I said, COVID helped. COVID forced the 50 pluses to go online and discover this whole world online. But old habits die hard. Like I say, this has been a very interesting thing. Lots of people have asked me, जी पाकिस्तान में जो वो बंदा गाड़ी रोक के रेडी वाले के बुलाता है, कहता है ला किन्नू ला के दिखाओ मुझे, और वो एक एक किन्नू को बैग में डालता है, how do you replicate that online? It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's not easy to answer that. I mean, we've kind of figured it out, but it's not easy to do, and it won't apply to everyone. So I think it's just it's nature. It's the nature of the beast. We're adopting. Things are changing as we get these news stories coming in of this company raised this much money, this company. So the whole environment starts to change. The government starts to think about, oh, what's this special technology zone? Let's promote technology exports. So I hope and pray that happens in the bureaucracy as well, in the policymakers, and then in the population. So it is happening. I mean, we know it. We've seen it. Our sales are showing that it's happening. So the other thing would be कि big cities के बाहर क्या हो रहा है, and I think that will be an important story that we'll find out soon now, because obviously most of the companies in the country are not really in tier 2, tier 3 cities, barring a couple of them. But वहाँ aspirations मेरा ख्याल है ज़्यादा होंगी, क्योंकि उधर physical चीजें भी कम है. You don't have an Al Fatah in a small town.
Yes.
In terms of grocery. So, I think there's hesitation, there's natural evolution, but our demographics and the way things are happening, we're catching up.
Yeah, I think we're all curious to try something new, even if it's technology, and no matter what region we're from, whether it's the big cities or the smaller ones. I think, in fact, yes, you're right. The smaller city people from the smaller cities are actually, they need this more, and they're probably, more curious to get to know more about technology and the new businesses that are starting. So, even though we have a lot of opportunities, but along with the changing trends and the constant change in audience behavior and expectations, what would you suggest people who are planning on starting up new businesses, so they can sort of sustain their business at an early stage, the steps they can take to move towards success instead of having the challenges maybe you faced?
So देखिए, सबसे पहली चीज है फ्रेमवर्क अपना एक बना लें. कॉपी पेस्ट करने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है. मैं ये नहीं कहता जी कॉपी पेस्ट करना वो जी बहुत ही. रॉकेट इंटरनेट is an extremely successful business model in the world. जिन्होंने दराज आके यहाँ बनाया, और and it was basically a copy paste model. It's a German company and they've made billions. But what I would say, वो थोड़ी सैचुरेट होगी ये चीज, राइट? बहुत ज्यादा कॉपी पेस्ट भी होगी. पाकिस्तान की यूनिक बात ये है, वी आर 220 मिलियन पीपल हमारी पॉपुलेशन है. हमारे बड़े बड़े शहर हैं, देहाती इलाके भी हैं, बड़े बड़े. आप प्रॉब्लम्स को अपने आइडेंटिफाई करें, प्रॉब्लम्स को जो आपकी अपनी जिंदगी में मिसाल के तौर पे कोई आती है, और अपने इर्द गिर्द अगर कोई मिसाल में कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है आपके मोहल्ले में, आपके घर वालों को कोई, एंड देन थिंक अबाउट इट कि यार इसका कोई सोल्यूशन है जो अगर हम वर्क ऑन करें तो सोल्यूशन एक निकल सकता है, और फिर नंबर 2 उसको अगर हम फिर टेक्नोलॉजी अप्लाई करें तो स्केलेबल बना सकते हैं. मिसाल देता हूँ आपको, एक कंपनी थी आउट ऑफ यूईटी के स्टूडेंट्स थे. उन्होंने पानी की प्योरिफिकेशन वाली कोई did something and they were incubated in नेशनल इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर में. And basically because they were drinking water, उनके मोहल्लों में गंदा पानी आ रहा था, they didn't know what to do. मतलब फिल्ट्रेशन प्लांट्स लगवाना, गवर्नमेंट पता नहीं कब लगा के देगी. 15 साल हो गए थे, गवर्नमेंट नहीं लगा रही थी. 3 डिफरेंट पार्टीज की गवर्नमेंट आके चली गई थी. So these guys said, okay, this is our problem, this is our neighbor, so let's try to crack the code. We're engineers, what can we do? And they started working on a reusable filtration system, which if all you, it was like a, I don't know exactly क्या चीज थी, but उसमें आप पानी डालोगे तो वो उस फिल्टर के थ्रू पानी साफ हो जाए. गटर का पानी डालोगे तो पानी ड्रिंकेबल हो जाए. इमेजिन वो, अब वो उसको स्केलेबल बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. आई डोंट नो वो कहाँ पहुंचे हैं, या if they're still around, but it was a great idea. They even got some funding, and उसका social impact देखें क्या था. And such a product would not just be applicable to your neighborhood in Lahore. that would go
Yeah.
all over the world in the Africa and emerging countries. So हमारी कितनी ज़्यादा problems आती है. मेरी journey शुरू हुई थी प्रॉब्लम से. मैंने अपना टमाटर देखे कि यार ये मंडी में मुझे मार पड़ गई है, आई कुडंट अंडरस्टैंड कि ये क्यों हो रहा है. आई मीन कोई उसकी इकोनॉमिक जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं थी. तो मैंने एक अपॉर्चुनिटी देखी और मैं शुरू हो गया. तो इसी तरह मैं कहूँगा कि आप देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स इन पाकिस्तान दैट कैन बी डन. हम हर वक्त रो रहे होते हैं यार ये मसला वो मसला, ये गवर्नमेंट ये नहीं करती. एंटरप्रेन्योर जो होता है ना वो ढूंढता है कि मसले क्या हैं. बिजनेसमैन और एंटरप्रेन्योर में जो मेरा फर्क मेरी नजर में है वो ये है कि वो ढूंढता है प्रॉब्लम, धंधा नहीं, वो ढूंढता प्रॉब्लम ढूंढता है और प्रॉब्लम पे लग जाओ फिर ठीक है ना. आप बड़ी दफा ये होता है लोग कि वो अपने आइडिया से फिक्सेट हो जाते हैं, नहीं नहीं मैंने ये चीज करनी है. अच्छा अब मिसाल के तौर पे देता हूँ, हमारी एग्जांपल है इधर एयरलिफ्ट की. Airlift started off with buses. That was their idea, right? That was the problem they were solving, mass transit. And when COVID happened, buses had to be shut down. So instead of sticking to their idea, they said, okay, what can we do? We have this infrastructure, this technology layer, logistics, know-how, team है. COVID के बाद सबसे बड़ी problem क्या हो रही थी? Groceries की. So they came into online groceries as well. And now look at them, mashallah, they've done so well and all that. So my point is कि find problems and आप problem ढूंढें और आप अपनी जो ideas है ना उनके साथ आप नथी नहीं हो जाते. आपने problem के साथ नथी होना. Problem you have to, maybe आपका idea works, if it doesn't work forget it, get on to another idea. So ये भी important है. If your idea doesn't work, don't give up.
Yeah, so find a problem that you can solve more than finding a
problem
good
you can
idea.
solve and then be resilient, persevere करें. देखें कोई चीज प्लेट पे नहीं मिलती दुनिया में. एक दो लोग होंगे जिनको अल्लाह ताला की तरफ से किस्मत अच्छी होगी, उनको मिल जाएगी प्लेट पे चीज. बट अच्छी चीज वो बनती है जो थोड़ी स्ट्रगल से आए, पायदार भी होती है, कदर आती है उसकी. तो मेरा ख्याल है बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जी. आप अपने एरिया में देखें, आप मतलब मैं इतनी ज्यादा चीजें मैं कह सकता हूँ. एंड आप ऑनलाइन भी देखें, बहुत बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां बाय द वे बनी हुई. मिसाल के तौर पर मैं जाता हूँ ऑनलाइन में देखता हूँ वो लोग बेचारे कंप्लेंट्स पे कंप्लेंट्स कर रहे होते हैं. मैं छोटी सी एग्जांपल देता हूँ. ये जो है कोरियर सर्विसेज, जो डिलीवरी, अब ई कॉमर्स बहुत फैल गया. लोग होम शेफ्स बन गए हैं, लोग ई कॉमर्स प्लेयर्स बन गए. हर कोई अपनी डिलीवरी फ्लीट नहीं रख सकता, उनके बारे में नहीं है. लेकिन वो लेपर्ड्स है, ट्रैक्स है, टीसीएस है, फलां है, फ्लू है. वो जी लोगों की कंप्लेंट्स ही नहीं खत्म होती कि जी ये टाइम पे डिलीवरी नहीं हुई, ठीक डिलीवरी नहीं हुई. कंपनियां भी कंप्लेन कर रही, कस्टमर भी कंप्लेन कर. तो कोई इसको छोटा सा पायलट करके लाहौर के एरिया, आई डोंट नो कैसे, बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इवन विद एस्टैब्लिश्ड बिजनेसेस देयर यू कैन स्टिल गो इन एंड ग्रैब अ niche or something. Maybe
I
आपके
think we
कपड़ों की डिलीवरी.
overall need to focus a lot on improving our customer service.
वो तो खैर
A lot.
Yeah. वो तो that is the biggest thing. Cultural mindset ये सबसे बड़ा चाहिए.
Yeah. So with all these newly emerging businesses, the huge amount of businesses that have started now, do you think this will help the overall economy of our country?
I think it already is. देखिए ना आप in the 8 months of 2021, we've gotten almost $250 million investment, VC funding, mostly from abroad. So for a country like ours, that's foreign exchange जिसको government ने सोचा हुआ भी नहीं था और वो आ गया. मैं नहीं कह रहा वो billions में, but it's quarter of a billion.
It's still a big amount. Yeah.
I'm very confident. I think in like 3 years' time, we can get to $10 billion. FDI
Inshallah.
Inshallah, for just the startups I'm talking about.
Yes.
अच्छा जब ये होगा ना, एक और मैं आपको बताऊं. एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि मैं जो देख रहा हूँ कि जो FDI है ना, जो नॉर्मल FDI है, वो मैं देख रहा हूँ कि वो उस तरह पाकिस्तान अभी नहीं आ रही. जबकि पाकिस्तान की स्टोरी चेंज हो रही है, इकॉनमी में तेजी आई है, थोड़ी जान पड़ी हुई है। बट जब ये चीजें होंगी ना, वीसी फंडिंग आनी शुरू होगी, तो देन प्राइवेट इक्विटी फंडिंग भी आनी शुरू हो जानी है, और ये दूसरी आनी शुरू हो जानी कि यार अच्छा, ये इकॉनमी चल रही है, लेट्स गो पुट अप अ फैक्ट्री इन पाकिस्तान, लेट्स गो। अब टोयोटा ने अनाउंस किया जी $100 million इन्वेस्टमेंट, देयर सेटिंग अप हाइब्रिड कार्स की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को
Yes.
उठाते हैं। So I think this has a huge impact, number one, on this overall investment climate, and it will help attract the traditional investment as well. Number two, I think this is huge. हमारी जो youth है, देखें again, 22 years average age है, 65% under the age of 30 है. You need 4 million or so jobs every year, new jobs.
Yeah.
Traditional mindset has been, especially 10 साल पहले के, गवर्नमेंट जॉब दे, गवर्नमेंट का जॉब देना काम नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट जॉब दे ही नहीं सकती। कितने पुलिस भर्ती हो जाएंगे, टीचर भर्ती हो जाएंगे, ऑल ऑफ दैट।
There's only so much they can do. Yeah.
एंड दे शुड बी डूइंग लेस, फ्रैंकली, राइट। हमने स्टील मिल का हाल देख लिया, इवन पीआईए एंड ऑल दैट। अच्छा, हमें ये जो हो रहा है, दिस इज क्रिएटिंग an entrepreneurial culture where a guy who's done his college, gotten his BA, is now applied for a few jobs, not getting it. So he can say, yeah, okay, maybe I'll set up something. It can even be you see all these players coming into the market, these B2B marketplaces, जो करियानास को help कर रहे हैं and all that. So he can open up a karyana store because he knows okay, now there are these companies that can come in and he can really do it in a better way and a more modern way, or he can become a bikeya mein kuch, start doing something with bikeya, like he has a bike, he's sitting at home, has no job, why not go become part of bikeya or any of these other guys who so मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि जी it's creating employment, but it's also creating employment generators.
Yes.
तो एक बंदा अपना काम शुरू भी करे, वो शायद हो सकता है एक दो और लोगों को भी साथ जोड़ ले। हम लोगों की जो वर्कफोर्स है वो 5 गुना बढ़ गई है पिछले 1 साल, राइट? सो आई मीन दैट्स a real impact to the
It's a big thing, yeah. No,
जबकि this
actually,
force,
yes,
if you
you're
were here
right.
at, if you look at media, तो मीडिया में लगता है कि सब लुट के खत्म हो गया, इकोनॉमी खत्म होगी, सारे घर बैठे हुए हैं, कोई नौकरी नहीं मिल रही, वो इन्फ्लेशन है, सारा कुछ है। एंड उसमें से कुछ चीजें हैं, इन्फ्लेशन है, ऑब्वियसली फूड इन्फ्लेशन गॉन अप, वी नो इट, आई मीन वी आर सेलिंग फूड, things are expensive like that, but we also know that things are happening, jobs are being created, and I'm of the personal opinion that for a poor country like ours, inflation is important, but employment is more important. You really need to grow
Yes.
jobs in a young country like ours.
Yeah, I think now, actually, yes, you're right. There's so many people out there who are working with companies like yours and in this Bikeya, Kareem, etc. Whether they're educated or not, whether they could find another job or not, they just need to know how to use a smartphone and they're good to go.
Great
So,
equalizer, huh?
yeah. So anyway, I think this brings us to the end of our podcast, and thank you so much for taking out the time for convo. It was
My
great
pleasure,
speaking
Meher.
to you.
Same
And I
here,
hope
same
we'll
here.
inshallah sometime speak again soon. Thank you so much.
Chale, inshallah, take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes.